Our text for today comes from the Book of the Broken Ego. The passage reads thus: If in the extreme off chance thou happen to have any friends, and thou asketh of them advice for thy electromechanical pinball problems, thou shalt listen to what thy friends have to say, and thou shalt not be a smeggy little dickhead and think that thou knowest everything, for thou art wrong. Oh, sweet. Gummy worm. How long has this been here? Fur. I'm really wondering if that was actually even a gummy worm. Hi everybody, welcome to Mike's Classic Pinball. I am Mike. So I wanted to bring you this video as the first for the new table I've been working on, which is a 1974 Williams Skylab. The Skylab's a very sweet table. I'll tell you more about it in a minute. But the reason I'm doing the video kind of chopped up like this a little bit is I got the table over the weekend. I'll explain more in a minute, but I'm going to show you the clip of me getting the table and kind of giving you a quick rundown of it that I filmed over the weekend. And then we're going to come back and I'm going to explain why I've had such a horrifically smooth brain weekend and had problems with that table as well as many other things. I've just been totally brain stupid. As you guys know, I've been working on a Williams Spanish Eyes as well. And that is done. There's a video coming about that soon, but it's going to be a shorter video than anticipated. Why? Because I got all the repairs done in the last video, and I got everything ready to clean up and stuff. And so I set up to do a time lapse of the table cleaning and of the touch-up paint and the reassembly and everything. And I didn't hit record. My brain's smooth. But so I'll go through on that video and I'll just kind of explain everything that happened and show you the end result. But that's all working except for the score reels. But we'll get into that in the other video. Let me show you the video of this and of the table and we'll kind of go from there. Okay, so here we are, Williams Skylab. As you can see, the back glass is actually really nice. The play field, it's dusty. It was stored a lot of the time without the glass on while I was away from it, but it's got this really cool feature of the 5 balls down here in the trap, and so you knock it and the kinetic force knocks 1 ball around at a time, and you try and get all 5 balls onto one side when either of these are lit. Kind of a cool little feature. Other than that, it's pretty standard fair play, trying to light up Space Lab, and it does need a little bit of love. Now I'll show you down here. So there's some odd wiring, and then this is the switch that's been put in by somebody. Back here, we're not too bad. Up here is where I actually replaced coils and rebuilt stuff. As you can see, I need to do these stepper units. I need to order some springs for it because somebody has done this on several of the springs, which I guess is a decent trick, but I don't care for it. Now, as you can see here, it does have, so that it can do Space Lab, it can do Add-A-Ball or Novelty or just Credit. So this one is one of the adjustable ones. In later games, what they ended up doing is a game called Space Lab, where it was exclusively Add-A-Ball. I love the fact that it actually says Space Lab on there. Now, somebody worked on these inserts before. Some of these are a little bit off. Some of them are loose, actually, but we're going to go ahead and fix those. Give it a good cleanup. Now, here's one of the other problems I have with this game. The body is separating. the cabinet is actually separating it. That is a nightmare. And as you can see, there's a huge gap here in between the playfield. It's not so bad on this side, but in between the cabinet and the playfield, there's a big gap, which also makes it very difficult if I wanted to, say, lift it up. Let me show you. Oh, there goes some paint. Come here. Now I can lift this, but it has a tendency to want to go off to the side because this is just not tight. So I'll just show you from under here. See somebody screw with this again. This one is not bad. This is the advanced unit. It's working, but it's a little sticky, so I need to work on that. Some more cleaning down here. I know all the switches and the coils are good. I actually had to replace a couple of coils a little while ago. But like I said, I think something has taken place where I suspect somewhere under here one of these switches is actually stuck or something is jumped, and that is actually causing the thousands relay to lock on, because I've checked the thousands relay. It's good, but something's obviously going haywire. And then we're going to go through and give it just a general damn good cleaning. I got to figure out what I'm going to do about this cabinet. I'm not entirely sure yet. I can tell at some point this thing had experienced some water, which really frustrates me. But, so be it. We'll be fine. So this is going to be the next project as I'm working on Spanish Eyes. But I really want to finish this for Josh and get this good and nice for him. So that's where we're at. The next step that we're going to do with this game, not tonight because I've already been working on Spanish Eyes all day, but one of the next things we're going to do with this is I'm going to go through and do all the stepper units again. I'm going to clean them up, and then I'm going to go through and check switches on everything, and check all of the switches on all of the relays and everything else again. I'm basically going to go through every switch again, and then under the playfield and above the playfield to try and do that. Now, I ordered four for Spanish Eyes new pop bumper skirts. These are pretty hairy. Now, the pop bumper skirts on Spanish Eyes were all incredibly yucky, but complete, except for one of them down at the bottom was broken. So I ended up ordering all four for that so that I could have them to match. But that means I have a couple of extra pop bumper skirts that are complete. They just need to be cleaned, and I can put those in there, and then we'll give everything a really good cleaning and waxing, get everything up and going. This shouldn't be a very long project. It is a sweet machine. I'm pretty excited to get it done. I really like this feature. It's pretty cool. So we'll see what happens with it. I suspect this switch is a culprit. I think it's a potential for one of the culprits, because I know this one has a problem, and there's a couple of the switches underneath the plastics that are a little wonky as well. So we'll work on that. We'll make sure everything looks good, and we'll go from there. But I'm not going to start that in all of this video. I just wanted to show you the game, give you a bit of a preview of what's coming with this. So super excited about it. I hope you are too. This is a great game. I really like it. And okay, so that's Skylab. Let me give you a background of where this came from. Over a year ago, actually, and I feel so stupid about this, over a year ago, I met this guy Josh on the local Facebook group. He just lives right by me, and he wanted some help with a couple of pinball machines, including the Skylab and it was an Alive, one of those home use only 3/4 kids machines. Cool machine. I've just had a bugger of a time finding. It's just one part that was wrong in that. It's the kick out coil, and I've been having kind of a tough time tracking one down. Everybody seems to be out of it, but I'll find one eventually. So, but this one, he had me come over and work on it, and this was a long time ago, and the immediate problem was obvious. Let me show you a picture of the hundreds, or I think it was actually the thousands score reel. Let me show you. Yeah, it was toasty. It was completely burned up, locked on. Something was locking it on, and it would just sit there and cook. The game would actually kind of sort of run, but it would just cook. And Tom Hanks would have loved this thing on the island. Yeah, it was super toasty. I'm pretty convinced at one point it was actually on fire because there was actually some damage to the score reel, to the coil and the score reel next to it, and the armatures and all of the little plasticky bitties inside the score reel mechanism were melted and screwed up. Teeth were missing, burnt off, melted off, the armature was bent. It was garbage. And so I repaired all of that and then tried to go through and find what had locked it on in the first place. I was convinced that it was something in the switch stack of the score reels themselves. Now, I went through my entire process with this table. Now, it was crap when I got it. It was junk. Well, okay, it wasn't that bad. I've seen worse, but it was not in a happy state. Let me show you. And there was all manner of things wrong. But so what had happened was I had gone through, I had done all of the switch stacks, I'd done the relay board, replaced the lock relay because that was fried. So I replaced the coil on the lock relay. I went through, did the score motor switch stacks, did the switches on everything else, made sure everything looked good. Went through the playfield, made sure there was nothing stuck on, and kind of got everything up and running. Then I went back and I replaced all of the bits in the score reels and got those all nice and done, and it still wouldn't work. I went through and I did all the stepper units, made sure that those were free and clear and doing what they need to. Everything still was not working. And I came back 3 or 4 times to try and diagnose. And I even asked some friends online, and they gave me the same advice. You have a playfield switch stuck, go check the schematics. Well, I've been through the playfield with a fine-tooth comb. I've been through every switch and every contact point on the game. And I knew there wasn't a playfield switch closed. I knew it because I had, in my super ego-ness, gone through everything and was convinced I was right. Now, I went back through it again. I went a few times, and then I just decided I was so frustrated with the table, I backed away from it. It was getting to be winter, and I told Josh, look, let's put it away for now. Let's come revisit it once it warms up again, because working out in your shed is bloody torture. It's so cold. And so we just decided, yeah, okay, we'll wait for a little bit. And then winter came and went, and spring came and went. I'd completely forgotten about it. I totally spaced it. Summer came, and I work during the summers especially. I work about 14 hours a day, every day. And so totally spaced it. And he actually got a hold of me a little while ago and said, dude, you ever gonna fix this table? I said, you know what, let's just bring it over to my house. So he did this last weekend. We got it over to my house. And I was going through it again and just going mad. I did my all-night session to finish Spanish Eyes, which of course I didn't freaking film. But I was going through this. I knew it was something stupid. You get to that point where something in the game is wrong. It's stupid, and it's just going, oh, I'm here, look, I'm right here, I'm the problem. But I was convinced I had it right. Something was obviously wrong. And my brain is saying, it's a playfield switch. I hopped back online and everybody said the same thing, it's a playfield switch. And then another new friend of mine I had met online said, look at the damn schematic, okay? Go look at the schematic, okay? The hundreds was locking on. And this is the funny bit. It was actually the thousands that was locking on first. And what I found the problem was, as I went back through it again with a fine-tooth comb, all of the switch stacks were good. But buried up underneath there, I'll see if I can find a picture of it for you here. There's a tiny little switch there. It's the end of stroke switch for the coil. That was completely snapped off. The main contact, or one of the 2 points on it, this one was just completely snapped off, flush. So I didn't see it. It looked fine because I just saw the one blade there. I thought I saw 2, but that had snapped off. So Huzzah, I found the problem. Yay me, I found the problem. And luckily, because I bought wholesale units of those Williams units to replace all of the little bits and bobs, I had some spare switches for that. And so I replaced it, and the gremlin moved from the thousands to the hundreds. And the hundreds is now locking on. I was like, shit. And so I spent all night going through it. And I took a video and I actually put it up on Facebook. I'll show you. So here's what everybody said to me. You've got a playfield switch, Doc. Okay, fuck off, I know. I went through every playfield switch. They were fine. They're totally fine. So I started looking actually at the entire wiring harness underneath to find what the problem was. Guess what? It's fine. I ran my traces everywhere. I ran continuity everywhere, trying to look for a short somewhere. No short. And so this one guy contacted me again and said, look at your schematic. Just trace your 100 coil back. It's only about 6 things. Just look. And 5 of those were on the playfield. One of them wasn't. And I'm so mad because I had looked at this particular thing 100 times and it never looked wrong. What it was this. I'll show you a picture. Right there is the end of strokes, or the end of stroke switch for the number match unit. That was stuck. That's all it was. The game worked just fine after that. I still need to go through and do a few things on it, and I am going to do my next video about these last little things I need to do, because it had been sitting actually uncovered most of the winter. Things had gummed up a little bit, so I'm going through, I'm re-cleaning everything. I'm going through the stepper units again, make sure they're good, make sure they're totally free and good, because now I'm second guessing myself on fucking everything on that table. But it is running now, so I'm super happy about that. But I just feel so damn stupid about this. Why didn't I check? Why didn't I look? Why didn't I listen to what people were saying ages ago? Because this has literally been over a year. This thing has been haunting me at night. And I could see the wiring harnesses and everything in my head. This is having a beautiful mind moment. Trying to find the damn thing. Nope. Couldn't find it, and it was thanks to you guys. I finally found the problem. So on my next video, I'll show you where it was at exactly. I'll show you now that things are running, and we'll do the last couple of bits. What it needs left is, it just needs a damn good cleaning. The cabinet is coming apart. Now, I do now know how to fix that. I can't get a spare cabinet. I can't. And I'm way too fucking lazy to build one. Plus, I would look like crap anyway. So I do have a way to get the cabinet back together. It's actually pretty solid. It's just the front is separating out. So I'm just gonna get that back together. That way the playfield actually sits properly. The power switch, there is a spaghetti of wiring to that I have no idea what the hell's going on with it. So I'm just gonna rerun that and put a proper switch in there. I don't know what the hell they built, but that'll be a lot better. Just do a general cleaning on everything again, and that game should be good to go. So that'll be in the next video. But again, I just feel so smooth-brained and stupid about this. Have you guys had this where you're like, I know this is, that can't be the problem because I've already taken care of that. It's something else. And you beat yourself to death for days, weeks, or a year and a half over a problem. And you walk away from it. Think, I'll get back to it and I'll think about it. And you get back to it and it still isn't working right. You still can't trace the damn problem. And then the solution presents itself and you're like, duh. I don't know what to say. You know what? Leave me some love down in the comments or something. Tell me I'm not the only one who goes through this shit. But thank you guys for watching. I appreciate it. We will have another video coming up very, very quickly for the rest of that. And I'll get the Spanish Eyes video ready to go for you. But like, comment, subscribe, and share this around. Let's get me up to some more subscribers so we can do spam and eventually some bacon. But until then, thanks for watching, and I'll see you again soon.